Hey, good morning. Frankie, you want to say good morning? Come here. Come on, jump. Jump. Oh, see, that wasn't your fault. That was mine. Don't be scared. Look. You're such a good boy. Look at you. You jumped up when I told you. Good morning, my handsome boy. You want to jump? Good boy. Aw. There he is. Got the bed all covered up. It's so beautiful out though. It's not muddy at all. Getting ready to make myself presentable to go outside and run the dogs a little bit. Depending on how many dogs are out, I may just walk them on the leash. We have so many dogs in the neighborhood now that I can't run them up and down the street like I used to. Yep. Anyway, just thought I would catch up, see how y'all doing.
Power off.
If you, my little speaker, I was listening to a book on tape a little bit earlier. So, if you don't know how you're doing, think about what you're thinking about, right? I've been working a lot with addictions my entire career. The only problem with working with addictions is that most of the time you can't benefit much from being impatient, because people are going to relapse. People are going to reevaluate what they think about sobriety. And when I'm talking about sobriety, I'm not talking about just alcohol. I'm talking about food, porn, prescription drugs, illegal drugs, anger, abusive relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic, or a job. You ever notice that there are some people who complain about their job in a way that almost, connect the dots. It sounds like an abusive relationship. And just like an abusive relationship, there's always a reason they don't leave. Well, how am I supposed to take care of my kids if I leave this relationship? How am I supposed to get my bills paid? What will everyone think of me? It's very legitimate concern. Just like overeating. It'll be, well, you got to have food, so I get to eat. It's not that you don't get to eat. It's what's eating you that makes you decide to not balance out burning calories with the intake of calories. Or spending money on certain things instead of going down to a blood lab, because your doctor, your insurance isn't going to cover a blood test that tells you foods you're sensitive to. Only foods that would actually cause anaphylactic shock. You know what I meant. So when you know what's causing inflammation in your body, it doesn't even matter how many calories you're eating or not eating. It matters what's causing inflammation. And inflammation is also part of what causes cancer. If your body's so busy fighting inflammation all the time, it's easier for your body to not be able to fight more deadly issues going on in your system. Just saying. I'm not preaching. Heck. And not judging. Some people think they're overweight if it's this or that. I don't. I think if you can get around healthy, you can participate with your kids the way you want. You can do your job in the way you want. You're not getting depressed because of immobility. Hey, I said live your best life. Don't hold back on the snacks on my account. I am not a health food nut. And I'll tell you why. Bless you, baby. Bless you, baby. I don't know if he's as cute on the video as he is in person. But I gotta tell you, I don't think he is. I think he is so freaking adorable in person. That is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. It's not about being overweight, or it's not about having a few drinks of alcohol. It's not about using your doctor's prescriptions appropriately. People go, I don't want to take medication. But then they'll do other things to self-soothe. You know, it's not about the medication. It's about how is the medication affecting you? Is it supporting you? Or is it hurting you? Or is it just something for you to say? Because all of us have ways that we self-soothe. And if you're against medication but you're doing food, okay. But don't make it sound like you're doing the world a favor, or that it means you have a different set of moral standards if you're not taking a medication that can help you, but you're eating and causing lack of, or porn, and you're causing lack of attention to your wife or children. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not like it's not like any of us are perfect. It's about setting a goal if you're not feeling your best. That's all. I know I'm working with someone right now who I just would miss very much if I weren't working with her. But I told her, I said, you know, I'm not sure what it takes to get you to do homework. I wonder if a different therapist would be able to persuade you to do homework. And I said, you can do or not do. That's up to you. The problem is I'm seeing you suffer. And I'm starting to feel like a failure. And I don't like that. It's not about you being a failure. It's about me challenging myself to get you to do things my way. We had a good laugh. And it is funny. It is funny. If you don't take it too seriously. There's no reason to take it too seriously. Therapy is supposed to be good for you. It's not supposed to make you feel punished, right? Life isn't supposed to make you feel punished. We don't have to feel shame because we got a little too tipsy one night or a few nights before we figured out we're drinking too much, right? There's ways of getting through life where it's an experiment. It's just a great experiment, that's all. Don't be so hard on yourselves. I know I sure was. Oh, I messed up. I can't believe it. And I thought everybody could see my insides. Yeah, I did. I thought everybody could see what I was up to. Oh, shame is a horrible thing. The thing is, the bottom line is it's not easy to change the way we think. It's not. And sometimes it's just the best we can do to get by. And if that's all you can do for now, that's fine. But if you want to change something, we'll just say something like porn. The reason why porn is so hard to minimize or extinct is because it offers so much. You're touching your phone, you're touching yourself. The memory of what sex might smell like, or what your own body smells like when it's heated up. Smell of dirty underwear. The secrecy, the naughtiness of it. The imagination of putting yourself in the scene or interacting with the scene in some way. The visual lights behind the screen. It's very stimulating. Oh, and then there's the sound. So it's sight, sounds, the olfactory, the smell, taste, and then the naughtiness, and then the black hole in the soul that just needs more and more, and it can't be filled. Gambling is a lot like porn, where it's, especially when you go to casinos or you're doing it online. Shopping, therapy is also like that, because bless you, because it hits so many targets in the brain that get activated. Now, I'm not a scientist, so you're going to have to Google how that stuff works. But I can tell you, in layman's terms, so that I understand enough to explain it in the best of my ability. I can get you started, and you can do the deeper dive with people smarter than me. But that's why it's so hard to let go of. That's why it's so hard to let go of abusive relationships as well, in my opinion, is it hits so many things. And then it also hits, if you've had a dysfunctional childhood, some people are accidentally addicts to something, people, places, or things. Some people were spending the first few years in an environment that sets a person up for the black hole in the soul, the need for control, the need for protection. And so they'll act out in certain ways. When we have been set up, and part of it's personality that you're born with, but then it gets really lit on fire because of the environment, right? Nature and nurture. I need a fresh mascara. That's what I need. I wonder how this one will work. Yeah, this one just kind of dried up. Just kind of dried up. All of a sudden. A little bit in there. Anyway. So then we have this protector. These parts of our personality that want to protect us from being hurt anymore, or being confused, or feeling abandoned, or fill in the blank, but it's usually one of those, right? So what are we going to do then? Well, we're going to fight change. I do not like this one. It's too damn fat. Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Why would you make a wand that fat? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe people with, all I can do is dab. Maybe people who have great big eyeballs. I don't know. What's the... Oh, they're both fat. I don't know. I've got other mascara, so I think I'll do that. I think I'll go with curtain number 3. Okay, so the thing is, look at my widow's peak. I wonder if that castor oil is making my hair a little thicker right there. I haven't seen my widow's peak in ages. Ah, and look, I've got some little hairs growing in my little alopecia spot. Oh, I got my 6-month breast cancer blood test in, and I'm good. 6 months. Yeah. Oh, I feel so good. Finally, I mean, it had to set in that it was good. You know what I mean? I still felt like, really? Really? I had to read the blood tests and compare them to the old ones a couple days before I really was like, oh, this is real. Wind's supposed to pick up. I'm going to have to do this. A little bald spot there. Been full of static electricity. So anyway, my point is, the point is, what's the point? The point is, when I was talking to this one client, it was like, I know I've told you this before, but I think I'm going to have to maybe tell you many times. Getting ourselves the self-discipline to do our homework is hard. And we don't have to do it perfectly. Like, some people won't do it because they're like, I don't have the time to do it perfectly. It's not about doing it perfectly. Who's the judge? It's your psyche, not psycho. I didn't mean to say psycho. Psycho. I'm a psycho. All right, we're all psychos. It's about exploring, maybe just some little teeny bit at a time, on how to get to know yourself, and in a depth of enough way that's actually helpful to you. It's not just homework for homework's sake. It's giving you information on how to do something that might be helpful to you. That's it. And is it hard? Is it your protectors are trying to say, don't change status quo. We're barely getting by as it is. And you have to be able to reel in that message. You have to be able to use all your strength and say, wait a minute, that message doesn't make sense. That message doesn't make sense. To not do my homework doesn't make sense. You have to be able to talk to the part of your psyche that's trying to protect you from change, because change is scary. Resistance is usually that. It's usually part of your survival mechanism to not change, because change is scary. Even though your husband beats you or your boss humiliates you, you don't change because you don't know where you'd get your next job. You don't know where you'd get your next husband. You don't know where you would find an affordable place to live, right? We have reasons we do what we do. And if it's reasonable for you to stay in a relationship, it's none of anybody else's business. You don't have to go by their reasons. No, you get to make your own decisions. If you're in therapy and you don't want to do your homework, don't do it. But understand, just because you do your homework doesn't mean you have to change your whole life. There are people who think if they do their homework and they get better, then they won't be allowed by the universe to stay in the relationship. I know. That is that protector that doesn't make sense because they're living in the past. It doesn't have to make sense to a child. And that's where it's coming from. Insecurity, fear. It's not coming from the true self that just wants to find a comfortable way to live. Does that make sense? I hope so. I don't know, but I've enjoyed talking with you. Whoever's watching this. The YouTube sent me some kind of analytic thing. I've been trying to keep the channel on a down low, but I love knowing through this it's not new to y'all probably, but when you have a YouTube channel, evidently you can sign up. I don't know. They send it to me through the emails, how many people are watching and for how long, and if there's a new subscription. And it looks like a few of you are watching. So even though you don't comment, I'm glad you're here. And if you ever want to comment, or my email's in there, and snail mail, if you want to send me some kind of message, that would be wonderful. Would love to hear from you. I try to reply to emails as quick as I can. I really enjoy that. I know I'm slow sometimes, but I really try to send an email, say, oh, I got your email, and it's on my list of things to do, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I try. That's my new thing that I'm trying to make sure that I'm at least acknowledging. I like to do that anyway. I've always liked to do that, but sometimes I get a little less disciplined than others. So sorry if I haven't returned your emails promptly in the past, but I'm caught up now. So, all right, gotta run. Mwah. Bye for now.